Hey guys, this is the Watch Report. We're just going to look at some headlines, see what's going on. Okay, it looks like 2/3 of voters think Trump will win the re-election later this year. Okay, this is from shithitsthefanplan.com, SHTFplan.com. And 2/3 of voters, according to CBS News poll, think the voters think that the race will be tight, but Trump will win in November. 9 in 10 Republicans predicted overwhelmingly that Trump will achieve victory in his re-election. More than a third of Democrats agreed he would likely win, according to USA Today. In the battle for the nomination, Sanders won in Nevada's caucuses with 28% of the likely Democratic voters, Warren at 19%, Biden at 17%, Bloomberg at 13%, Buttigieg at 10%, and Klobuchar at 5%. Greenwald, deep state election interference is more dangerous than Russian meddling. Domestic election meddling is infinitely more threatening to democracy than Russian mischief on social media. So, what this guy's saying, Greenwald, is that what's worse is all this is being done through the now standard, very familiar anonymous leaks from the intelligence community that's unaccompanied either by evidence or any specificity about what the supposed support entails. They're talking about Putin supporting Trump in the election. It really is domestic intelligence interference in our election. It's interference by the CIA and by Homeland Security and by related agencies in our domestic election, which is infinitely more threatening to our democracy than whatever mischief Russian agencies are primitively doing on Facebook and Twitter. That's a fact. Okay, they're going full Monty. Pelosi and Schumer signal support for Bernie Sanders as the Democrat nominee. Democrat leadership has surrendered to radical socialist wing of their party. Secretive cult linked to coronavirus outbreak in South Korea held meetings in Wuhan. Mysterious sect blamed for helping spread the virus. U.S. soldier tests positive for coronavirus in South Korea, currently self-quarantined at off-base residence. A UK government document warns coronavirus could infect 80%, kill 500,000 Brits. Worst case scenario leaked. 425 million reasons why the World Health Organization refuses to call the COVID-19 outbreak a pandemic. Bonds were issued to support the World Bank's PEF, Pandemic Emergency Fund, and would only be triggered if certain criteria of the pandemic were met. If triggered, the bondholders would lose their money. The funds would be transferred to developing countries to fight the virus. The World Bank launched a $425 million 2017 catastrophe bond issue supporting its Pandemic Emergency Financing Facility, PEF. There are two tranches of PEF bonds outstanding, expected to mature in July, and this means investors of the bonds will collect massive profits if the bonds are not triggered, or will lose everything if COVID-19 outbreak continues to escalate. Health experts warn U.S. families to prepare for coronavirus outbreak. The virus will hit hard, says disease expert. EU officials are refusing to implement border controls to stop the coronavirus. FBI and New York Police Department raid fashion executive's headquarters in pedophilia sex trafficking investigation. Peter Nygaard has decades-long sex abuse allegations against him akin to billionaire Jeffrey Epstein. The lawsuit alleges that Nygaard kept a database of potential victims on his corporate server, 7,500 underage girls and women. It alleges that he raped a 15-year-old girl before asking her to defecate in his mouth for money, while others were forced through a combination of fraud, coercion, psychological force, and manipulation and physical force to perform bizarre sex acts and recruit new victims. Allegations against Nygaard are similar to the pattern of behavior of abuse by pedophile Jeffrey Epstein. Notably, Epstein's friend Prince Andrew also has ties to Nygaard and was seen at his estate in 2000. Oprah and George H.W. Bush have also visited his sprawling Mayan-themed estate. Bernie Sanders' rape fantasy. Bernie Sanders' support of rape shocks America.